Greetings and salutations, Dota fans! It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends season number 15 action. We are towards the end of the first group stage, and we are here for two teams, and in one of our groups, the group of Aquila group. Both of these teams are in the bottom half of the standings right now, though both have mathematically guaranteed a spot in the next stage, so pressure certainly isn't the highest in the world, but, getting a 2-0 here could be the difference between making it into one of the better Stage 2 groups and one of the worst Stage 2 groups, so. For those who don't know the format, there's going to be 4 groups of 6 after the first group stage, and, the top group, the top 2 groups actually, every single team in the top 2 groups makes the actual 16-team playoff brackets. Meanwhile, the bottom group, only one of the 4 teams can make it out. So finishing better in the group stage is going to be a big thing in terms of getting a higher shot at making the playoffs, a better seed in the playoffs, of course, as well. But I got a little bit too into brackets details here because we actually have 2 teams in front of us. On the Radiant side first, we'll go to the visiting team. In the visiting team, coming on in, taking on the 2-time champions, it's Frauds 2, officially captained by Perfin. At this point, a solid, above average quality carry player in Lads. I think this is like his 4th or 5th season now. He's been here, he's done that. He's been a pretty good carry for the entire time he's been here. And he's here with a pretty strong team. Like right now, they're 5-5 in the first group stage. Of course, the big star player you want to look at, of course, is our main man Cole in the mid lane. Perhaps the best mid laner in Lads. Probably more like top 2, top 3, but he's very, very strong mid laner. And he's going to be, of course, the big player we're going to look at in this game in terms of this guy is going to look to dominate the mid lane where he's got, about a 2,000 MR advantage over Camel Farmer. He'll help his Radiant side team's win condition to go on space there. Of course, in the offlane, speaking of high MR players, it's CD C-Day in the offlane. A long time ago, a couple seasons back, this man who really had the reputation of being a hero puddler, but that has changed. He certainly is now a normal offlaner as far as offlaners go, so he certainly will be ready to go with a couple extra bans thrown his way. And then again, you have support duo. You've got Nojit. You've got especially Sharkasi. He's been in Lads for a long time, not as long as Perfin. So you're talking a pretty solid team here on this Radiant side, and then Dire side. I mean, what more can I say about the players in the Dire side here? It's Nebula. Their official name, Nebula's in Paris. I'm just gonna call him Nebula. 2-time Lads champion lineup. Bulljax, longtime Lads captain, champion other leagues, Ladman himself, longtime been here at this point. Of course, joining him is 2 very long-time teammates, Acid Rain and Journey, both whom were also there on the 2 other teams that Bulljax won with. I believe we're talking seasons 8 and 9. Yeah, 8 and 9, I believe. Back-to-back wins. 1 win over Pizza Dog in the legendary season 8 grand finals, and then, of course, the win over the Funny Zone as well in season 9. 2 strong Lads wins there. In the middle lane is 1-time Lads champion Camel Farmer. He was there in that season 9 champion team, replacing Colonel Squid. Ended up moving around from team to team for a bit. Played some really good lineups. Played, of course, with Logical last season, made the grand finals there, so now he's head on back to BJ. Back to his former captain, too. Wait, Camel Farmer. We're missing a play. The players are not correct here. I'm like, wait a minute. The players are not correct. I'm going through my intro. I'm talking about, it's like, wait a minute. Can there be a Marshall in this lobby? I'm going to message Bulljax asking where Marshall is. I don't know where he is. It's like, wait a minute, because Bulljax is playing mid for this team. And Kill Farmer normally plays mid for his team. So actually, I guess he's standing in to play off lane in this case. But regardless, the last player there on the Dire side is, of course, legendary amateur league carry player, Canada's finest, Ultra Gunner, 5-time All Lads carry player, which is, the All Lads team, the perennial MVP team for the league. Ultra Gunners made it for 5 straight seasons. Some of them certainly deserved, and well, he'll be looking to make it a 6th time, though. With the way that Nebula's played so far, it might be easier said than done. We do have a draft on our hands if you care about the heroes that are on your screen. Bans, Enchantress, Razor, Furion, Primal Beast, Medusa, Marcy, Timbersaw, Kunkka, Lifestealer, CK. A couple of respect bans in there, particularly the Marcy and the CK. Those are respect bans. As far as Journey banning, 8th pick was Chen. That's a Journey classic. 9 pick Response Doom. Again, a bit of a flex in nature, but almost certainly the offlane pick, especially now we know what we know draft wise. 13 pick. Speaking of the classics, it's the Sharkosity Techies. We've seen that a lot in last history. We're seeing it again tonight. Speaking of heroes, we see a lot of it's the Acid Rain Rubik paired with the Ultra Gunner Luna. Of course, not in the same lane, but again, some more real classic selections here. We've got the Nojit Hoodwink and I guess in the Cole Pangolier, which is very unfortunate. I don't like seeing very high skill middle laners play Pangolier because I know when a really high level mid laner plays a hero like Pangolier, they're capable of playing a more skill intensive middle lane selection, but sometimes you got to win Dota 2, so you end up playing Pangolier because he's just a broken conceptual hero, and that's Dota 2 for you right there. Speaking of broken heroes that have a very low skill floor, it's Sniper selected by Balljacks. I should say more for Balljacks. For those who don't necessarily follow the meta super closely, again, there's been 3 really highly picked mid laners, both at the pro level, at the lads level, in recent times. Sniper, Zeus, and Coddle have been 3 really, really hot selections. I believe Balljacks has been playing a bit of all 3, so yeah, he's ready to go on those very low skill floor mid lane heroes.
5 seconds remaining.
But I digress. And so at this point, we're looking at a Sharkosity carry with the 24 pick and I guess, Camel Farmer offlaner with the 23 pick. I don't actually know what Camel plays offlane because he doesn't play offlane, so yeah, I'm actually very interested in seeing what gets selected here.
10 seconds remaining.
Could be any one of a number of different, standard sort of take him out of the box offline heroes. Maybe a Mars, maybe a Centaur got banned, but maybe some standard, strength style Blink Initiator. If Boldax is really feeling it, he can go with a mid lane hero for his offlane player. But again, a lot of Camel's mid lane pool,
10 seconds remaining.
they're not, like flex 2-3 heroes. There's a number of mid laners that can be played flex 2-3. Camel's pool tends not to cooperate with that. I mean, maybe Magnus would have been the option there, but again, Magnus banned out.
Dire team pick.
I've opened up Camel Farmer's Dota buff again. I'm seeing Magnus PB. I'm seeing Pangolier, Timbersaw. Problem is Timber banned, Magnus banned.
10 seconds remaining.
Magnus banned, PB banned, Pangolier already selected.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know what he's going to play offlane. He doesn't really have an offlane hero that comes to mind super easily. I mean, he plays Venomancer. He plays Lone Druid. He plays Pudge. Maybe something from that pool gets selected, but yeah, I'm kind of lost on options here. I think Kunkka's banned out as well, right? Yeah, Kunkka's banned out as well, so no Kunkka, which is, again, a hero that he's played a lot mid. I don't know. We shall see.
Radiant
And speaking, there's the Mars. I didn't mention a number of those. Take him out of the box. Just play him standard strength initiator offlaners. Mars, the name that I mentioned. Mars was selected. How good Camel is at Mars, we shall see. There's a big difference between, you know, your good Mars players and your players who might be good at Dota but aren't good at Mars. There's a number of those players that come to mind where it's like very good. There's a little difference between being able to, you know, hit the spears perfectly and have good arenas and play the lane well. Because Mars is one of those heroes is it can be very volatile in the lane. You can do really well in the offlane, the laning phase, or you can really suffer a lot in the laning phase of the hero. So how that goes, I am very curious. Few was mentioning in the chat that it could be a camel sniper. I expected it to be a camel offlane Mars. So I was wrong. So Bulljax has broken the rules of role swapping. Bulljax was supposed to play mid. They put him offlane on the Mars. He's betrayed the league. I'm gonna have to file this one with the admin team. Like, guys, look at this. He's not playing mid. This is what we agreed to, guys. Bulljax, you're breaking the rules, but it will be a Bulljax offlane, Camel mid lane. So Camel will have his comfortable role. I'd call Bulljax offlane a more of a comfort role, but he's not an offlane player either, so he goes from the uncomfortable mid lane role to the uncomfortable offlane role. It is what it is. 24 pick was the Perfin anti-mage. I know a number of people, myself included, have been very very critical of anti-mage picks in lads. I believe the exact line is, if KU can't win with it, then you can't either, sort of thing. Where you must be better than KU's or carry to pick this fucking hero. Though Perfin AM is a classic. He's played it a good number of times in lads, I do believe. It's certainly not the hardest AM game in the world. There's some lockdown, but not much lockdown. Most of that lockdown isn't even great anti-mage lockdown. I'm actually not quite sure what they're going to do to deal with this AM hero once AM's online with the Beef Fury, the Manta, and a +1. Whatever it is, like an Ags, Butterfly, BKB, whatever's going to have. Probably not BKB, but whatever's going to have to be. Of course, if you want to limit that one, the main play is going to be, of course, ruin AM in the lane. I actually played against AM in lads last night. I played a very, very rough laning phase. I played the AM had a very, very fun time, and therefore the AM ran over my game. But, you know, it is what it is sometimes. That'll be the goal, is limit this hero in the lane. Because once you get out of the laning phase at a certain point in AM, you really accelerate. I mean, I don't see much about this hero. Because AM might be, like, the single most understood carry hero in the larger Dota community, where even if people don't necessarily understand the finer points and micro movements of playing this hero, pretty much everybody understands. Let's say every player above like 4.5k understands to some extent the macro idea of this hero, where you buy basically the same items and you move around the map in a very similar way every game. And you dodge the heroes until you're online. Then they have to dodge you because you're online. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, of course. I like this play over here, by the way. These are wards from Noja, I believe. Yeah, Noja. So he blocks the camp. That's one camp blocked. Another camp blocked. Yeah, on Shen, you want to play these camps. You want to play these camps. These actually are fine to go, but there won't be these camps that have a lot of lower level creeps at them. So, I mean, perhaps this play really could pay off. We will have to see here. For now, Noja is playing bottom lane, looking for perhaps a level 1 play against the Doom, not the Doom, the Mars and the Rubik. Can't say words tonight, which is never a good, never a good thing when you're commentating. Like, oh yeah, I can't say words. Even though my only job here is to say words. Bottom lane, they're going in for Bulljax. I looked away for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure. Regardless, back over to Bulljax. He's very low. The block from Noja, giving Perfin first blood. Fantastic team play. And again, Noja he's putting in a lot of effort right now. He went top lane, went bottom lane, back to bottom lane, back to top lane. But so far, it's paid off. I mean, again, no creeps, and no Mars. He's just respawned right now, so the effort has been rewarded for Nojits. It is Pangolier Sniper. Hume was right. I'm kind of sad. There's a number of heroes that Cole plays I really enjoy casting and play. Pangolier, not one of them, but I'll avoid having too many anti-Pangolier comments tonight, because I'm sure at a certain point Twitch gets a little bit sick of, hey, we know you hate Pangolier, please stop mentioning it. Bottom lane, Acid Rain goes down, Sharkosity secures the kill. Bulljax is not level 2. Perfin runs away. BJ and Shark, they're both very low. Seems like both will survive. BJ will hit 2 pretty soon. Once he has that 2, perhaps he can go for a play against Perfin. Perfin's low on the HP right now. Bulljax still not 2. He's being zoned by Shark. He's one more creep for the 2. Top lane, they're fighting as well. Back to bottom lane. The bottom lane's more interesting. It's a fun lane, bottom lane. Acid Rain is the only hero with HP in this lane right now. He's trying to use it to the best of his ability to do what he can. Blast off. Ooh, good spear from Bulljax. That would have been a 2-man blast off, demolishing Acid and BJ. Probably done 1 kill, maybe even 2 kills. Instead, it's no kills and a lot of HP lost on these Radiant heroes. So again, everyone's still very low right now, HP-wise, bottom lane. And Blast Off is on cooldown as well. Shark will mine forward, looking for Acid Rain, perhaps willing to die for the kill to restore his mana, but for now, Acid's a little bit too tanky. Top lane, we've got some Chen-based action. He's got the Holy Persuasion skill, of course, but again, I'm not seeing a Chen creep quite yet. Has another right opportunity, it appears. Blood Grenade from Nojit, I think. Might actually missed Journey, I'm not entirely sure. Regardless, Courier goes down. That was boots on the Courier, though. CD will run in with the Scorched Earth, trying to man up. He'll Lotus forward. Chen goes down. Doom is not quite dead yet. And Ultra will not secure the counter kill. Bot lane as well. There's action there. No, nothing that serious, it appears. Back to top lane. They're looking for Ultra. He can mangle on the Hoodwink if he wants to go in for Ultra. Acorn shot used. Bushwhack ready to go, but Ultra's a little bit too tanky to go down there, it appears. Back to mid lane. That was a mistake. Back to bottom lane. That is some of the fun part with soul casting. I mean, there's a lot of downsides to soul casting, of course. The downsides very numerous, but there are a couple of upsides. One of which is, you know, you can kind of just mention where your camera's going for people who aren't necessarily watching super heavily. Where, you know, a lot of times, you know, you watch a Dota game on Twitch. You're not actually watching the Dota game on Twitch. You have another monitor. You have it another browser tab. You might just have it tabbed out, listening to it. And I can say, hey, to the mid lane, this is happening. To the bot lane, I can give a little more directional stuff than you can sometimes you're just relying on the camera work to actually do stuff. And in this case, I can say, oh, to the top lane, we see CD taking minor damage, and you know how it goes sometimes. But KU's asking what I'm asking. He's asking, you know, why Bulljax offland wasted. I don't agree with the second part, but I do agree with the why Bulljax offland part. Speaking of Bulljax offland, the bottom way, he's taking a little bit of damage from the techie. I cheer myself up. Good spear from Bulljax. Speaking of Perfin, I believe Lotus up there. He's trying to blink away. He'll blink to the east. BJ is low. Perfin is low. Sharkosity has a mine in 2. He's perhaps willing to die for this kill. He'll mine forward, but he'll actually hit it barely at the very edge. BJ is forced to stick up. He survives. Meanwhile, top lane, I missed the kill. That was casting the bot lane team fight. CD and Nojit combined to bring down Journey. That's Journey's second death of the game, I do believe. And again, CD's having a grand old time right now. Back to bottom lane, BJ will go down, eventually to those techies right clicks. Blast off forward, Rubik has been caught. Perfin's going in. Perfin secures the kill. It cost a lot of HP, but it was well worth it. 2 more kills bottom lane for Perfin and Shark. They're 4-0 in this lane. They've brought down the Mars and Rubik 4 combined times, died not a single time. So big lane win for the AM. That's what I mentioned in the drafting phase, in the early game before the horn, is You really want to make this AM's laning phase bad when you can. They have not made it bad. They've made it pretty okay. I mean, he's got relatively low CS. 24-60 compared to Luna, who's at 36-11. But, again, if you're AM, you're completely fine with that. You got good enough last hits. You've got 2 assists. You've got 2 kills. You can't be that upset with the game state. Even if it's not perfect, it's still pretty good. And on an AM, who is often a notoriously poor laner, you can't be that upset with that one. Wisdom Rune time. Sharkosity will go against Acid Rain. Looking at Acid's vision, he now sees Shark, and Shark secures it! And the neutral creep denied! Oh no! So, Acid Rain, being the caliber of Rubik player he is, of course, was ready for the lift, but Sharkosity had the perfect angle. Bottom lane, Cole rotates and he's speared back by Boldax, lifted away by Acid Rain. DJ is still very low. Cole rolls forward. He'll bring down Mars eventually, surely. One more roll forward. Down goes the Mars. So head to the Rubik. Rubik is about half HP right now. 7-1 turret is ready to go. Acid Rain's still running. Meanwhile, top lane, Ultra goes down. Bot lane, double kill for Cole. Top lane again. TP away by Journey. The Doom didn't matter. But it did matter, because he tied to the mine in the fountain. So across the map, Radiant use absolutely everything, but they get 4 kills, they get 2 Wisdom Runes, they lose nothing but mana and cooldowns. It's 10-0 in kill score, and Ultra Gunner, who was, of course, the main win condition for this dire side, has now died. I have no idea what's going on in this game, but it's certainly good for the side of Frauds, too, and for Nebula, they are... Again, a bit of a nebulous game state right now. Camel rotates in 2-man pushback from Nojit. Shark is low. The kill is secured by Sniper. Now Nebula are finally on the board. They'll head to CD. CD will CD's nuts in the grave, it appears. 2 kills now for Nebula. And that is something for them. The net worth lead will go down from about 2K to about 1.5K. So, you know, minor win, but a win nonetheless. Back to mid lane. Pangolier is just... all over here between the mid-tier 1 and tier 2 on the Dire side. He is well behind enemy lines right now, but he'll walk on away from the danger today. Because there was so much action, I didn't get too much chance to talk about the Wisdom Runes. Again, I mentioned the good play from with the Vision there. Again, Acid was ready, but... Again, good angle on the trees to prevent the Rubik Vision. Again, both Wisdom Runes went the way of the Radiant side. 1 to Hoodwink, 1 to Techies. Usually a fantastic thing to have, the double Wisdom Rune, of course. I don't know the exact win percentage, but usually if you get both those, especially the minute 7 Wisdom Runes, it's a big deal. I mean, a number of Subsys patch often struggle to get their 6 early without Wisdom Runes. They've got some good level 6 timings, so... Okay, you can see it right now. Hoodwink, almost 6. Techies, level 6. Rubik's only 5. Chen's only 4, so it's about a level advantage on average from the Radiant subs to the Dire subs, thanks to, of course, the Wisdom Runes primarily. Mid lane, there's action going on, it appears, or... Perhaps not. Cole secures the Invis rune. Invis starts walking towards the Rubik of Acid Rain. Acid Rain runs into the jungle towards Chen and Luna. Nojit walks forward. Radiant drops an Observer Ward. Dire center but it does not see the Radiant Observer Ward. Radiant will go on Rubik, the easiest target possible right now. He's half HP. He'll lift up Pangolier. BJ backs him up, arenaing the Pangolier on the inside. CD walks down looking for a Doom. He'll Doom the Sniper. Cole's now rolling, looking for Rubik. Rubik will end up going down. 1 kill for Radiant. Cole still rolling. Blast off. Hits the Mars. Into the Sharpshooter. Into the Swashbuckle. That'll be 2 kills going to Cole, but it'll be a counter kill. Techies falls to Camel Farmer's ulti. The smoke was attempted, but not successful. Regardless, it is that 2 for 1 in favor of the side of Frauds, too. Get a little more gold in your Pangolier, who's number 1 in net worth right now, by the way. Back to mid lane, they're diving Camel, bushwhack into the Infernal Blade. Sniper stands his ground, knows he cannot leave. He'll bring down Doom before dying. 1 more kill for Cole, but Hoodwink drops as well. It's 2 kills for Camel Farmer, both secured by the shrapnel. 1 in the grave, even. Again, that's a good decision there by Camel. You're playing Sniper. Not the most mobile hero in the world. Sometimes you accept your death and you say, you know what? If I'm gonna go down, you're gonna go down with me. Sure, he lacks mobility, but he's got a ton of damage. Alright, bottom lane, they're looking for Perfin. But that seems a little bit difficult. He is playing the AM. Good. So he stole Blink on Rubik. He blinked away from AM. That would have been a lot of damage coming in from the AM, but sometimes you just you just steal Blink and then you blink away. I had to pour some water from my water flask real fast. 1 second, and I mute the mic. In the Radiant, hold that thought. Sharpshooter from Nojit. He'll look for Acid. Acid Rain blink to the west. Dodging out that one easily. Acid's still behind enemy lines. Sadly, I did not get to pour my water. But you know what? I'll pour it eventually at some point. When the time comes. Acid Rain. He's having fun right now. He's having a lot of fun. I'm having fun watching him play Rubik, of course. Alright, pour the water. Mission successful. Now we can once again sip on a glass of water. Why is there a camel farmer? I don't know, Mattior. I don't know. I asked this question myself earlier. You'll hear my response in about, what, 2 minutes? Around a 2-minute delay, so you'll hear it then, but I don't know. Bottom lane appears to be the name of the game for both teams right now. Camel. He's on the way to defend. There's already Journey setting up in the menagerie. Wait, Camel's over to... Wrong words, wrong heroes, might be. Regardless, both teams are congregating in the bottom lane area. You can think it was a dire siege, instead it'll be a radiant counter-attack. They're playing right outside the T1 tower range. They see BJ right now under that T1 tower bottom lane. Again, Nojit's still smoked up. So is Shark. So is Cole. Cole's going to wrap around towards that secret shop. He's thinking about going forward. Nojits will scurry. Bushwhack into Acorn Shot, into Sharpshooter, into the roll, into a ton of damage. He'll drop the Arena on Mars before he dies, but again, that will be a kill. He's actually still alive. It bought enough time for Camel and Journey to bring down CD. Now the lead for more, of course. Perfect, meanwhile, solo kills Acid Rain towards the Radiant side Tricam, back to the bottom lane. Shark is still running. I'm not quite sure how that kill happened, but it was... I guess it was going for the Wisdom Rune on Acid Rain. And AM was just ready to do some AM things. You can see all this damage coming on through there. Right click, right click, right click. A couple Ancient creeps. So again, they're trying to play there at that Ancient camp area. Just did not work out there for Acid Rain. Back to the bottom lane, that T1 tower. It's not long for life. I'll draw my box. I'll draw my X. Goodbye, tower. Last hit will go to Ultra Gunner, of course, of course. Back to mid lane. Bulljax respawns. Back mid lane. Tanks a bit of damage and then walks. Walks away a little bit. Radiant scan. They now see Journey. Journey is probably dead. Perfin secures that top T1 tower. I'm going to draw my box, draw my X up to the bottom lane. That'll be a dead Journey. Hoodwink ulti was committed. The kill secure regardless. Back to top lane. He's stolen Blink on Acid Rain. It's time for some more blinking and slamming, it appears. So the fun continues. The fun continues. Looking over at the overall net worth situation, Radiant on top by 2K, but they do have the Doom with Devour and Midas, so again, a little bit of inflated goal with the Midas and Devour, of course. It's probably more like an actual 1K lead rather than the stated 2K lead. But notably, look at a lot of that net worth is. It's on the AM, so seems like everything's gonna be all right for the side of frauds too. They're in a decent game state. Looking at the green line, it says 74% chance for Radiant to win this game. How true that is, we'll have to see, but it is quite a large margin that the Dota Plus AI believes that the Radiant side have right now. Top lane, it's fight time. Journey's got the menagerie. He's backed up by a Rubik and Sniper as well. Nojit walks in. It's a war of wards. Nojit gets the D ward, dies immediately, so a hero for ward trade. It's, again, you are losing the exchange if you're Radiant, but it is an exchange nonetheless. Looking around at items right now, seeing some cool items. Seen a couple weenie items, but they are items that are getting purchased. Of course, a big item we're looking at is the AM item progression. Items, I should say. He's already got the Bee Fury, Yasha, and Diadem. Not that far from the Manta, of course. On the flip side, we have the Luna, going for a BKB, so again, will be a relatively similar timings for these carries. Of course, both Luna and AM notably good farmers as far as carries go. Dire, they're kind of smoked up right now on the Mars only. He'll blink Arena on the Doombringer. Spear forward, Bushback to counter play. Seems like both the Mars and the Doom might die, but for now it's only Mars dead. Shen healed up Mars multiple times. He'll be fine. And as a result, it's simply a single 1-for-0 taking of a kill. That's life taken, nothing given back. We'll try to parlay that one into a mid T1 tower. Blink Spear is well off the mark. Roll hits 2. Cole's rolling on around. Gets the illusion route out of the terrain he was stuck on. He stuns the Chen. Chen certainly will die, but the tower does go down to his creeps. Speaking of the creeps, they're destroying Sharkosity. Perfin links in. I think he managed to dodge the spear on that one. Regardless, Kale Farmer's dead. He heads over to BJ, heads back to Acid Rain. Acid Rain will swashbuckle away. Perfin hits the Rubik. Rubik lifts him back. Blink forward. Acid Rain's in a lot of danger. Ultra pops the ulti. Looking for Perfin, but now he's doomed on Luna. Luna will Manta. Walking away. BJ goes down to the swashbuckle of Cole. He'll now head to the Luna, the lone survivor. He rolls on up. The rifles come in and the Luna will fall. It's a full 5-man wipe. A double kill for Cole. He's godlike. And Frauds too take a commanding lead. They're now up to 6K lead at minute 19.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, look at those numbers. That's a 4,000 gold swing. You probably already knew it without seeing the numbers, but the numbers confirm what we already knew. A big win for Frauds too. And perhaps they will be frauds no longer. We shall see. Huh. I'm actually kind of curious what Sharkosity was hoping to accomplish by doing that. Low mana, half HP, alone walking into this jungle. I guess trying to ward, perhaps? Maybe put a nice little deep ward up in this sort of area, but yeah. If you're a fan of Acid Rain having Blink, I've got good news for you. He's stolen Blink once again. He'll blink right into AM, the Arena, the Spear. But AM is actually still quite healthy. He blinks to the west. In comes Sniper ulti. He'll counterspell that one. Back over to Sniper. Sniper takes a surprisingly little damage. Regardless, that'll be a missed gank on AM. And I mentioned it earlier. There's not much good anti-mage lockdown. anti-mage, but not much good anti-mage lockdown on this Dire side right now. They basically used all the stuns they had, and it did very, very little. He barely even got damaged on Perfin, so Again, not a great sign for Nebula. They might just get run over by the AM quite soon. Speaking of AM, again, the Manta is done. He's going for the Ags. He'll have the Ags quite soon at this rate, so... Again, we head into Roshan. You grab that Aegis, perhaps on Cole. And this game's only going to get easier. The AM will keep getting larger. The Pangolier is still not even dead yet. Sure, Nebula do get this dire side Tormentor, getting a free shard for the Rubik, but... Yeah, I am very, very concerned about this game state right now for the side of Nebula. For good reason, I might add. The Roshan's dead. Aegis will go to the Anti-Mage of Perfin, not the Pangolier of Cole. I actually think that might be a slight inaccuracy, but I'm sure it doesn't really matter all that much either way. Again, I think if you're dire, you want to kill this Pangolier. It should be a bit of an easier kill than the Anti-Mage. And he has this massive streak on his head right now. He's 9-0-2. Speaking of Pangoliers, rolling up, looking for Journey. Sharpshooters on the way. It will end up hitting Shen's half HP. Swashbuckle, roll. Shield crash forward, but now in comes a two-man arena. Cole still rolling up. Hoodwink to fall. Cole ends up dropping as well. It's a massive streak going the way of Rubik. Meanwhile, Pangolier, with up with techies and I believe the Doom, end up bringing down the sniper. I guess just the techies, but we notice it there. Because Pangolier did not have the Aegis, he ends up going down. But luckily, look at where the streak money went. It went to Rubik. Sure, it does mean you're a lot closer to that Blink Dagger on the Rubik. You can suddenly go Blink with the AM Blink, and then Blink with the actual Blink Dagger, but you would have much preferred that on literally anybody else. Maybe even Shen. But definitely any of the three cores. You know what they say. What can you do? Regardless, it was a kill on Pango. Sure, it cost you Sniper, but it is a favorable trade, 2-for-1, and getting that godlike streak from the hands of the Radiant side mid laner Cole. Speaking of key things in the game right now, we've got the Aghanims finished on Anti-Mage, which is going to be a little bit scary. It's already hard to deal with this dude. Now when he's pending in these blink fragments, causing chaos in the back lines, your game is simply only going to be harder. Looking at Luna, again, it is that finished BKB. Something's on Courier right now. Is that a shard? That's a TP scroll, never mind. He will be ready to at least try to fight here. So he's holding the buyback over buying out either a B-Fly component or buying that shard. Blinken by CD, hunts Journey. Journey is extremely dead. Doom goes through onto the Luna. Luna ends up BKBing and walking away anyway, so it's a 1-for-0, as well as a trade of Doom for BKB. So, again, no Doom in the next fight, but also no Luna BKB. Perhaps the Luna BKB actually more important than that Doom cooldown. Regardless, Asteroid has been caught on our side as well. He's running away to the west. Perfin blinks in and slams him down into the grave. Both Nebula supports are dead. This T2 tower, not long for life as well. I've drawn my box. I've drawn my X, dire glyph, but the inevitable will still occur. I'll draw it again just for the audience out there. There will be one dead tower. And again, looking at the tower status, unsurprisingly, it's in favor of the side of Frauds too. They're up 4 towers to 2. They still have this tier 1 tower top lane versus Nebula. They've not only lost all of their tier 1s, but also now this tier 2 top lane. This area of the map, this entire top area from the, wait, hold that thought. Charkasi's being gone on by Bulljacks. He'll commit the arena. In come the shrapnels. In come some right clicks from 3 different heroes. Surely they'll kill the techies, but in comes Perfin, looking to cause chaos. Sarcosity now just finally dies. Perfin looks for Campbell Farmer, could not bring him down. Rubik has stolen the Blink Fragment. Not the biggest win there for Rubik, but it is... it is hilarious if nothing else. Look at this. So it's a Luna illusion and a Rubik illusion fighting an Anti-Mage illusion. Some illusion on illusion violence in the dire side jungle. Perfect. Perfen's clearly feeling pretty strong right now because he's just walking in, posturing so aggressively. He wants to go in here and use the 2 lives he's got at his disposal. Looking at Radiant Vision, the nasty Rubik. Perfin blinks in, goes for Acid Rain. Acid Rain steals Blink, blinks away. Perfin gets stunned by a Spear, but remember, 2 lives for 30 more seconds. He'll blink Fragment forward onto the Sniper. He'll real blink onto the Mars. Mars is still fine. Looking at Aegis, that's 22 seconds. He's got to use it soon. Spear misses. Perfin, 15 seconds. Cole pump fakes the roll. He's under that tier 2 tower on AM now. Blinks away to the southwest. And at this point, you just let the AM full heal off the Aegis expiring, perhaps. If Dire Time is right, this could be perfect. He's so low on HP. But they've lost track of Perfin. He'll get full heal. He'll slot in a Wraithband again, I'm sure. And at this point now, I'm sure you've only got 1 life, but that little window of the Aegis expiring on low HP is probably your best chance to kill him for the next while, so... Again, what can you do? Here we go again. Blink Fragment forward. Rubik blinks away. Cole rolls on around. He's rolling. He stuns the Mars. Stuns him again. Mars is low, and now Mars is dead. Camel tried to fight it off, but he was unable to do so. Again, a bit too much radiant damage. A bit too much radiant sustain. And inevitably that will end up going the way it does with Bulljax going down. Bottom lane, Luna pops the Eclipse. He wants to bring down Sharkosity, but Ultra knows he's alone. Sharkosity counter blasts off, misses it as well. So both teams missing spells. Ultra, he's got more move speed. Seems like he'll be fine. But in come the Cavalry. They want to bring down heroes. Acid Rain smokes just to... Again, perhaps get some distance, get some information. Blink Shard in by the Anti-Mage. Now real blinking for the Luna. Luna's got no mana. There's the Mana Void, and down goes Ultra Gunner. And at this point, again, the lead just keeps getting larger. I keep saying the same things, but they keep being accurate. Perfin, you need to sell your Ironwood Branch. And you need to sell your Wraithband. These should not be in your backpack. It's funny. I've had this rant before, but something about last carry players. They're just not very good at clearing up their inventories in a timely fashion. So a lot of times you'll see them just littered with stuff in their backpack like this that they're never gonna use again. Sometimes they'll even just drop their items on the ground. It's like, you know what? I don't need this item. I don't need the stick. Not the stick. That's a bad example. But I don't need the slippers. I don't need the branches. I don't need the circlet because I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to make her my courier. And we see it here. It's a very crowded backpack. Sell the branch. He's going to do it. Oh, he's not going to do it. Wait. No, he didn't do it. Oh, well. Regardless, Perfin's extremely farmed. And the reason why I'm able to kind of go on this extremely useless tangent is because Perfin is kind of inevitable right now, actually. He's incredibly farmed. 21,000 net worth. That's 4K ahead of Ultra Gunner. And it seems like he's in control of this game right now. It's going to require some really good play from Nebula to bring this one back. Bulljax is trying his best to, you know, grab some attention, grab some space. He's been spotted by 3. He'll run to the southeast towards the Roshan pit. He's now in the trees, but the BJ has been found. He'll BKB and TP, and it won't even work! There's just too much damage! There's just too much damage. You know, top lane, they'll try to counter kill Cole, get revenge for their captain, but I mean, Cole's absolutely fine. He's playing Pangolier. You mash your face across the keyboard, you take very little damage, and he escapes there on Pangolier nice and easily. Back to mid lane, Perfin. You can see how boldly he's playing. Look how deep he is. He's under this tower alone. He knows how little he's accomplishing by grabbing the wave, but he's so bold. He's so confident. He's doing it anyways. Because he knows that him dying is very unlikely no matter what he does. T2 mid lane goes down. That is Nebula's last outer tower in shambles. Simply now a pile of brick-based rubble, perhaps. Speaking of butterflies, Ultra Gunner has his butterfly as well, so it's going to be butterfly on butterfly action. If you're a fan of evasion, then you're in the right place. Dire camped a Tormentor perfectly. They'll grab it immediately. One more free shard. This time going to Bulljax on the Mars. Certainly a nice shard to have. And doubly so when you get it for free. Lincoln by CD heads in for Ultra Gunner. He's getting kited around. Arena. But counter BKB from CD. Blast off. Hits the Chen. Chen to fall. Will head to Mars. Now Mars will BKB. Cole is having some terrain difficulties. Ultra Gunner TPs away. It will be successful. Meanwhile, somehow, BJ is still fine. Radiant tried to focus Luna. In doing so, they let the Mars get away. So, again, you know the old adage. One in the hand is better than two in the bush. They went for the two in the bush, they landed neither. Regardless, they still did get the Chen kill. And as a result, it's perhaps high ground time. Roshan just respawned. By the way, Perfin gets lifted. He doesn't care and blinks away anyways. If we're looking at the Roshan timer, it was a relatively late Roshan respawn, so both teams should be aware, like, hey guys, it's our good friend Roshan. He's back over here if we want to kill him. And again, if Perfin gets sick and tired of, you know, banging his head into the Dire high ground for very little damage, then he can head on down to the Roshan pit, claim some more immortality, claim a Roshan's banner, by the way. So I was playing last night, playing some Dota, lads games, and I had banner. Keep in mind, I actually have never used Roshan's banner before. So Andy Bendy's like, hey man, just use Roshan's banner for the top wave. And I'm like, oh, I can hide it in somebody's speaking of the trees area, Dirty's being gone on by Perf, and he's incredibly dead, it appears. But perhaps not. The blink actually misses, but it seems not to matter. 2 more hits will do it. There's 1 hit. But we're not getting a second hits. Good jukes from Journey, getting away. So I used the banner, I believe, in these trees, thinking, oh, if I hide it in the trees, then they might not see it. Turns out it kills a bunch of trees. So it was incredibly obvious. Incredibly obvious it was over here. The creep wave just walked up slowly, grabbed some right clicks on it, and killed it. It was very sad, very tragic day. Roshan is dead, by the way. That's 2 lives once again for Perfin. Perfin has not died yet this game. And honestly, he might not die at all this game. He's got 2 lives. Yes, wait, he sold Wraithman. He sold the branch! Holy shit, he's learning. The carry players do learn. He still only has 1 slot in the backpack, but he has freed up some more spots for some boots for later. Regardless. It's going to be high ground time once again. Frauds 2 are going to look to convert this massive lead into a massive Game 1 win. After rain, surprise, surprise, steals Blink. Perfin walks up, uses the Blink shard. The Blink fragment, I should say. He's just chilling right now. Camel tries to hit him. He's not far from the MKB on Sniper, by the way, but and he needs to get that 300 gold somehow to afford the MKB. Once you've got the MKB, then you're ready to go and actually hit this dude, go through that 35% evasion, but he has to find 100. Okay, he sold something. I don't know what he sold. I think a stick or something. He's now got the MKB. He's ready to rock and roll. Ultra Gunner now TP's back. He knows what time it is. It's a climactic fight. Blinking by CD. Doom onto Ultra Gunner. But they've kited him around right now. Cole's rolling. But Ultra will no longer be doomed soon. So when the Doom ends, he will be able to fight with his BKB that is big. The only problem is Perfen's still quite large. He's hitting buildings, melee racks fall, range racks aren't that far behind either, so it's a full set of racks taken. Middle lane, Perfen blinks away, Arena only on one, they want the Doombringer. And they'll bring Doom to him. 1 kill for Ultra. They head to Nojit. Nojit's on the run. He's Glimmer caped up. There's no dust on Bulljax. At this point, BJ certainly will end up dying. Blast off on 2. Mars the fall. Eclipse from Ultra. He's BKB'd. He kills the techies. He heads to Perfin. Perfin blinks away. He'll head to Cole. Cole is rolling on up, trying to get away. He's so low right now. Sniper and Luna, they want to bring down Cole. But they simply cannot lock him down. Back over to Hoodwink. I don't know what he's doing, but he ends up living anyway. So it ends up being a 2-for-1. Radiant lose the kill trade, but they do get the full set of mid barracks, and they've still got 2 lives to play with on the Animage. And now it's bot lane we go. We're looking for Acid Rain. Acid Rain's in a lot of danger. He's got apparently no way to live right now. He's broken for what it's worth. Cole's still rolling around. Sniper's hitting. Ulti comes through. Cole is dead. The trade is for Acid Rain. Perfect. That's for Camel Farmer. There's no Mana Void. He's already used it. Hoodwink ends up dying. So AM is incredibly alone right now. Doom and Techies are on the rendezvous. Perfum blinks to the west. Walljack still pursues. So Blink, but he'll miss the spear pack. And now, at this point, Perfin's got some friends again. Ultra's BKB still on cooldown. Both teams ping the Tri-Camp area. That'll be the area of contention, perhaps. And Radiant, with the ward, with the outpost, should be able to hold it. And if they hold it long enough, you respawn on Nojit, you respawn on Cole, you run it on down to the bottom lane. You head towards these little bodies right over here at the bottom set of barracks, and again, you claim more structural damage. You've already got 1, you take 2, you get a ton of equilibrium advantage, and at that point, you can even wait for third Roshan if you want to, run it down top lane, get the megas, or even earlier if you're getting a little bit impatient. DM. So, nothing important in the DM. Hey, at this point, though, we are going to return to everybody's favorite activity, our regularly scheduled agriculture. We're farming on both teams. We're taking a solo tormentor for Perf and getting a free shard for his techies. Get that upgraded reactive taser, of course. Yeah, if you're a fan of graphs, here's some graphs. The Radiant XP lead actually has gone down, but the gold lead and the win probability chance are still quite high. Here's some items on your screen if you want to see what the heroes have, of course. Couple axes, couple shards. What actually is the plural of axes? Obviously, you know, if you were to say the full word, Aghanim Scepters. Not important. Roll through from Cole. BJ is on the backline hill arena to full supports caught. The sniper's being gone on. He's mana voided down. Camel is dead. Ultra is running. Nojit is the trade. Cole could not finish Ultra Gunner, but they will focus the Chen. The Chen and the Mars are both quite low. Mars somehow blinks away. Journey cannot do so. That's 2-for-1 trade again, and Perfin wants buildings. He'll go on that bottom tier 3 tower. The tier 3 bottom is going to die. The racks perhaps will join them. Ultra has BKB on cooldown, so it will be a little bit hard to defend. Melee racks will be dead. Perfin links to the west as Mars has gone on and brought down by 3. Doom is low. Ultra's trying to kill him. And he'll end up killing him eventually with the Lucent Beam. At this point, Ultra loses his mana. Sharkosity is dead. Perfin is now out a lot of his teammates. Cole, once again, will roll around, stolen by Acid Rain. It's roll on, roll action. Perfin wants to kill the Mars. Gets stunned by Rubik. AM now blinks to the west, away from Cole. They might let Cole die. Cole TPs successfully, so he will not end up dying. Perfin now wants more buildings. He will not get anything beyond some relatively inconsequential tower damage. But again, the main thing the Radiant did get here was that bottom melee barracks. I'll draw a triangle this time, why not? And that will be, again, equilibrium in 2 lanes. You bring it in bottom lane, you bring it in middle lane, and again, with the soon respawning third Roshan of the game, that's when you can really, clamp down and bring down this Nebula side. You get more immortality, you get another banner, you get I believe it's a refresher on the south side. If I'm wrong, then might be an Aghanim Scepter. I really should know this by now, but I don't. Cole once again rolls on up. Perfect blinks towards Boljax. Boljax duels the anti-mage. Cole still rolling. Dire focus AM, but AM easily brings down Mars. Acid Rain, he's kind of rolling. He's a cube, but he's rolling nonetheless. Not quite sure the mechanics on rolling as a cube like that, but again, Sniper is being gone on. Sharpshooter hits. AM mans up on Luna. Luna's low on mana. She'll BKB. Sniper to fall. Cole is low as well. But Ultra cannot finish the kill. And now in comes CD. In comes Sharkosity. Blast off hits. And a Doom on Luna. Meanwhile, Perfin kills Jen. Heads down over to Luna. Luna is now dead. That's 4 down on the Nebula side. Acid Rain blinks away. Seems like he'll be A-okay, but at this point it's going to cost you buybacks. Luna buys back. Chen buys back. Sniper and Mars do not have them. T3 dead. The racks are not far behind. This should be megas, and it should be relatively easy to secure them in this 5v3 siege. Melees have crumbled. The range racks, they're shuddering in their boots. Their foundation is crumbling, and now they are a pile of rubble. That's megas secured by the side of Frauds too. Cole's once again rolling. A Doom on Luna again, and it was not stolen. A good War Stomp ensures the Doom is not stolen, and now Luna's incredibly low. He's getting focused down by 5 different heroes. And that'll be a dead Ultra Gunner. It's a dieback on Luna, and the GG is called. Game 1 goes the way of Frauds 2. And for Nebula, their hopes of securing a better seed are just getting that much harder right now. They're down to 4-7. And they need to win some games if they want to get above the 6th seed right now. For Frauds 2, again, with this win, they're still the 4 seed in their group, so they're in a decent spot. They'll want that second win, though, to at least tie Good Twink Hunting. Get them also in a temporary tie with Tiananmen Square Deniers. So that would be a very temporary tie, I'm assuming, considering they still have a series to play. I'm going to go to the bathroom real fast, though. Mine's Badger. And we'll join you soon for Game 2 of Frauds 2, taking on Nebulas in Paris.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds team remaining. Ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Bouncer, back for game number 2 of Frauds 2, taking on Nebulas in Paris. If for whatever reason you were not here for game number 1, then I'll give you the ever so quick rundown. Of course, we do have, pretty dominant game 1 win for the side of Frauds 2. They had a pretty good laning phase, and they had a pretty good everything after the laning phase as well. You know, relatively cozy, relatively casual win for them. So again, if you're at this point, it seems like Nebula will look to mix things up, get a different look at game number 2, say, you know what, different heroes, different style perhaps. Maybe we'll win this one. Maybe, maybe. So, what is at stake? If Nebula do not win this game, I believe they're mathematically guaranteed. Never mind, no, they're not. Okay, so if they do not win this game, the Funny Zone are in the driver's seat to take a seed over Nebula. Because as it currently stands, Nebula have the head-to-head tiebreaker over Funny Zone, but if Nebula, again, at this point, if Funny Zone win out, they're guaranteed a seed over Nebula because Nebula, simply put, can only achieve 5 wins, while Funny Zone can still achieve 6 wins. One problem, though, Funny Zone are playing Tiananmen Square Deniers, who are perhaps the best team in the group, so wins are not guaranteed. So if Nebula can get this game to win, they're in a pretty good spot to get the 5 seed over Funny Zone. So that's a good thing to get there for Nebula. For Frauds 2, again, there's not all that much to super play for, but again, you get this win, you're guaranteed at least top 4 seeding. Perhaps you could even end up higher than that seeding-wise, depending on how the other matchups go, so.
10 seconds remaining.
So we shall see.
5 seconds remaining.
Regardless, we got some picks. We got some bans. Banned on out, surprise, surprise. Marcy, Timbersaw, Doombringer, Pangolier, Knight of Chaos. All banned out. Razor, Furion, Enchantress, PB, Morph joining on the other side. 8 pick was that Bat Rider. 9 pick response Vengeful Spirit. And frauds too, they'll grab their carry very early this time, picking up the 13 pick Lifestealer. So again, at this point, assuming it's a Batrider sup, then you know your matchup. For offlane, for the counter pick, if it ends up being Batrider core in the offlane, that could be a little bit difficult for the bat, but I'm assuming it's the supports.
Radiant team pick.
Hoodwink is grabbed for now, so yeah, more Hoodwink action. This time, not played by Nojit, though. It'll get played by somebody else.
10 seconds remaining.
Possibly Acid Rain, possibly Journey. I honestly don't know yet.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
And there's the Magnus. That'll probably end up being a mid or an off lane, but I actually really hope it's a Magnus carry. I think Magnus carry, Yuma style Magnus carry matches up really well in the Lifestealer, so I think that'd be a cool hero to grab carry, but probably not. Probably not the case.
5 seconds remaining.
At this point, you're grabbing a core, you're grabbing a sup if you're perfing. I mean, they're almost guaranteed to grab another sup here, but it's more, which core do you grab? It's probably going to end up being the offlane. And there's the answer. It will be the offlane Night Stalker. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait 2 minutes, actually. They're holding a sup pick, it appears. We've been seeing, generally a lot of these Clinks is getting played core nowadays, I believe.
5 seconds remaining.
If it ends up being 4 Clinks, I'm just completely wrong. It might be, but it seems like they went with the Clinks mid, Night Stalker offlane. They're saving a sup pick, perhaps. Maybe it is the Clinks 4 and I'm entirely wrong, but yeah, definitely an interesting pick. I'm actually gonna open up the Dota 2 Pro Tracker on Clinks. I want to see what's getting played right now. How often is this hero getting played in each role? So it's mostly being played carry. Actually, it's got about equal number of games on mid as support, so it's mostly played carry, but still a lot of games on force up and mid. So we don't actually know yet if it'll be mid or force up. Could be either of the two. Given you do have that 24 pick, having this flex could be nice and helpful.
Radiant team back.
Just delay the pick for the time being. For now, they grab one of those Ultra Gunner classic heroes. It's a Snake Lady, Medusa.
10 seconds.
What exactly that means so far, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, but
5 seconds remaining.
it seems like we have a relatively classical 4P1 Ultra Gunner style game coming. I was talking with Jim for the series, good friend of the channel, Jim, of course, Strawberry Shark. And I was like, talking about the series I was going to cast. And he was like, yeah, they do this kind of boring 4P1 Ultra Gunner Dota a lot of the time. And I'm like, you never know, see what happens. And then, yep, seems like that's going to be the name of the game for game number 2. Honestly, it's been the name of the game for game number 1 as well, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Dire team back.
I think there are multiple other series going on right now. Is there any games that have finished in the other series yet, or no? All right, no games have finished in the other 3 series. They're all still in game 1, which I guess isn't all that surprising. I believe they all had 9 p.m. start times, so
5 seconds remaining.
so you expect 9:20 p.m. for the series that started 9 p.m. to not be finished. Ugh. More bans come through. Seems like both teams think that both teams need mid laners. Is that correct? We don't know yet. Regardless, Coddle banned, Invoker banned. Perhaps we'll see Zeus banned. Perhaps we'll see Sniper banned. You never know. If I were Radiant, I'd be really down to ban out Sniper right now. Just make sure it's not there. Even though, hypothetically, you can deal with Sniper nice and well. If Sniper gets online, you have a very good Deuce answer in the long term.
10 seconds remaining.
For now, it is Ember banned out.
5 seconds.
And they're expecting it for it to be Camel mid again, which means, again, you ban out one of his better mid laners in the Ember. They do ban out Sniper. I was correct about one ban. Oh boy. My draft knowledge really paying off right now. We are low on reserve time for both teams, so it seems like our draft will be wrapping up in the very near future, in the next minute or so. Journey has about a shot clock worth of time to figure out what his last pick is. Getting to the buzzer. Seems like we need a mid. And I believe that is going to be a mid. Seems like DK mid lane, Magnus off lane, but it could be DK off lane, Magnus mid lane. We shall see. Frauds 2 now have their choice. It's Clinks mid or 24 mid. If I'm guessing, it'll end up being 24 mid for Cole. Get him a nice active hero we can really have a great time on. The only problem is, what hero is it going to be? It's kind of a hard Storm game. Kind of a hard Void Spirit game as well. Not quite sure me, Queen of Pain. OD. Okay, that is not what I expected. Not the most active hero in the game, but... You know, OD's got some decent lockdown. He's got a hell of a lot of damage, so... Surely, Cole, who will be playing a very favorable mid lane matchup, will be in the position to really take over this game once again. He took over last game on Pangolier until the AM was ready to finish the game, and again, not only can Cole do that again this game, but he might be able to be that primary late game damage dealer. You know, do that super huge damage into the DK, into the Deuce, even into the Magnus. And this could be a tough time to be these Radiant Cores if Cole super mollywops his mid lane DK matchup. And yeah, OD DK, I'm not a middle lane expert, but seems pretty favorable for the OD. Hypothetically, on Camel Farmer, you won't get forced out of lane. You've got enough regen. You have the armor to tank the creeps and redirect them and aggro them to try to make the lane as even as possible. But OD, with the banishments, basically, it's fun in a lane like this. It's basically, you see a lot of these lanes, right, where DK will use his stun to secure a last hit or to secure a deny to gain the sort of CS advantage in these lanes. Imprisonment is just like that, but better in most ways, including the two big ways that matter: cast range and duration. So yeah, should be a very, very good lane for Cole. He's got the MR advantage, he's got the hero advantage. And you know what? If I had to predict, I'm gonna predict the Frauds 2 take the series 2-0. Couple lines in the alt chat, because why not? Everyone has to have their stupid voice lines in the alt chat. It's current year. We do have Clinks up. I was a little bit on the fence over what this Clinks here was gonna do, whether it be core, whether it be support.
You talking to me?
It'll end up being sup. He's got boots first. Ultra Gunner asks in the all chat, CD, what's your damage level 1? CD gives him the 33.5 times due. Which is true, it is 67. Ultra gives him the question mark. And he is, yeah, 60. 67 damage into Medusa's 56. Apparently a little bit of roll tide. A little bit of Canadian flame in the all shot. I do support that sentiment from Ultra Gunner, but Ultra Gunner also is Canadian though, so there's just too many Canadians in this lobby by my counts. If Nojit's also Canadian, then that means we have like 3 Canadians, because again, got a Canadian over here on the Batrider. Got a Canadian over here on the Dusa. If this guy here, this Clinks player, is also a Canadian, then got a lot of Canadians here, man. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but they drink their milk out of a bag. They drink their milk from a bag. That's all I have to say. They have a... Regardless, we do have some lanes on our hands. We got Mag Hoodwink into Lifestealer Venge. Seems like Hoodwink with the attack range advantage having a pretty good time right now. Just hitting Sharkosity. Problem is Acid Rain has dragged the range creep. And with that range creep, some of these trades, they should be lost. Yep. Ooh, good deny from Cole. He's 3-3 right now, having a grand old time. Bot lane, Journey is just doing Batrider things. As he does. Seems like Acid Rain has missed his bushwhack. As the kids say, what can you do? I don't think the kids say that, but as I say, what can you do? I do say it a lot. Top lane, First Blood goes the way of Perfin. Seems like Bulljack simply did not have level 2 yet. Could not skewer away because he had Shockwave and he was dead. So much, again, 2 games in a row, BJ going down early. And now Acid Rain's going to go down again, so 2 games in a row. This Bulljack's Acid Rain offlane is just... Again, it's been giving Perfin extremely good starts to the game. Last game, he was 2-0-2 on the Animage. 2 kills, 0 deaths, 2 assists pretty early, and... Again, this game, 1-0-1. He's building up that 2-0-2 line again, so... Yeah, that's a big problem. Maybe it's because they don't have Marshall right now. They have standing Camel playing mid, which again forces some role swaps. Or if not a role swap, then Camel in the off lane, which again is also a role swap, but just different.
I've always wanted to be a giant space crab.
Yeah, this lane bottom. I am not interested in this lane bottom. I'm not interested in this lane mid, but I am interested in this lane top. So we're really looking at a lot of top right now. Sharkosity wound up going down, skewer forward by Bulljack, so that is good news. At least this game there's a kill. Another good last hit in the range creep from Cole. Cole, okay, that's a good deny. That's an important deny from Camel. I think morale-wise, he need that deny. Ooh. Another good deny from Camel Farmer. Okay, Camel's playing now. Camel's here to play Dota 2. That's a lads champion mid laner. He's here to play. Good attempt by Acid Rain. Pixels away from hitting it on the Lifestealer. They do say Dota is a game of inches. Journey is quite low right now. CD dives, brings him on down. That's now 3 kills for Frauds too. Top lane, Acid Rain's on the run. Right click down by the Lifestealer. He heads to BJ. BJ doesn't have mana for Skewer, not that it appears to matter. Again, already it's a better laning phase than last game. I believe it was 10 kills to 0 last game before Nebula got a single kill. This time it's only 4-1, so 4-1 is way better than 10-0. Bottom lane, CD's on the run. He'll grab Only Death wanted to escape, wanted to get the bounty rune. He got neither. That's now 2 kills on the board for Nebula. So again, even though they're losing the early game, it's a much better early game than last game. That's for sure. That's for absolute certain. I wonder how your hero feels when you get banished. Like, surely it can't be fun, right? You're getting stuck in this astral realm for, like, what is it, 4 seconds? I don't know, you're just losing your intelligence. Like, that cannot be a fun feeling. It's gotta feel absolutely... It's gotta be torture. It's gotta qualify as torture somewhere. Skewer misses top lane. Acid Rain is on the run. Sharkosity has a stun on cooldown. Shockwave on 2. Blood Grenade on Sharkosity. Sharkosity will end up going down. Perfect wants to counter kill on Acid Rain. Turns to DJ. Now turns away. Again, now 3 kills for Nebula. Another big ol' win right there. And 3 kills. That's 3 more kills than this time last game. They were mentioned 10 and 0. It's only 3 to 4. That's pretty good, 3 to 4. Hold that thought. Mid lane, children grabbed by Journey. Sharkosti's in the bit of a rough situation. He's getting burned on down right now. Cole has ulti ready to go. Sharkosti's half HP. Journey hit the shield rune. It's just tanking a ton of damage, but ultimately nothing happens. Both teams commit 3 heroes. They use spells and nothing happens. I don't know if Perfect was... How do you... Wait, it's right. So you're playing... Stop having mid. Oh, hammer drop by Cole. Acerine gets annihilated. Wait a minute. What can you possibly do on Lifestealer that even has that high APMs? Just like spamming the attack button and the cancel button over and over again just to like I don't even know. Like, what can you possibly do on Let's Lifestealer? He doesn't have spells. He gets like phase boots and 1 active. Wisdom Rune time. Journey grabs the one on the dire side, grabs the courier kill as well, and then TP to the other Wisdom Rune! Oh! Journey nodes! That's amazing, actually. So both teams have gotten both Wisdom Runes in minute 7. Last game, it was Nojit and Sharkosity who grabbed the double Wisdom Rune. This time is Journey and also Journey. Again, that last game was a big win there for the side of Frauds too. This game is for Nebula. Speaking of Nebula, they want Cole. Cole goes too far forward. Bushwhack to stun. Sharkosity TP's in. Camel does not have stun skilled, actually. They're diving Cole. Cole brings down Journey. Ends up dying to the Dragon Knight corrosive breath damage. It's a 1-for-1, but a trade up for Nebula, trading a support for a mid, and they'll now turn the 1-for-1 into a 2-for-1. Camel gets a double kill, now hits that T1 tower, and we'll even grab the Invis Rune for good measure, because why not? Why not grab the Invis Rune? CD rotates in mid lane, Nojit backs him up. CD takes a ton of damage from that Acorn shot. He'll end up getting a D-ward. That's not the rotation he wanted. He wanted kills, and instead he got a D-ward. You walk in there as a core like, yeah, guys, it's me. I play the off lane. I'm gonna kill the mid laner, and then you get a D-ward. It's not what you want. It's a very sad day for CD. I don't know why I made his voice that high. I don't think his voice is even that high. Not even close to it, but for whatever reason, that's how I view offlane players in my head. Wait, what? He just grabbed 3 bounty runes? He did. He got 3 bounty runes and Acid Rain. Bulljax lost the clicking war for the Lotus. He's not happy he lost it. He says banned in the all chat, because apparently Bulljax decided, you know what, instead of using Skewer to secure the Lotus, I'll instead try to outclick the player who keeps outclicking me. Seems like both carriers having a pretty good start to the game right now. Lifestealer #1 net worth. Adusa not too far behind. It's about 200 gold behind the Lifestealer right now. Speaking of Lifestealer, needs to be a little bit careful. I had to pour my water, but I have to hold that thought. It's an RP into a sharpshooter. Goodbye, Perfin. Brought down by Shockwave. Big kill for BJ. Nice little 6-6 kill score tie now, secured by Nebula. And we head to the towers. Top T1 is under attack, but it is fine for now. I'll draw a bit of a trapezoid there. Again, Acid Rain and Journey, they're both in the area, looking to secure this one. TP in by Perfin. He'll look to defend here. The siege unit is hitting. It needs to die if Dire are to defend. In comes a TP that's Nogit's Clinks, I do believe, skewer away by Bulljacks. That'll be a dead siege unit, and therefore a dead siege. It did a good bit of damage in the tower, though. About, 2/3, almost 3/4 of the HP on the tower, so... Yeah, not bad for Nebula. They'll have to secure that kill later. But for now, we'll look for the middle T1 tower. Camel and Journey end up forcing a canceled TP out of it. I believe that was... Never mind, it was not Clinks. Was it OD, perhaps? I don't even know. I think it was OD, actually. Regardless, TP was canceled. The kill on the tower is secure, so Nebula, they're winning the building game so far. They've killed one tower. They're not far from a second one, so... And now's a good chance to pour my water. 1 second. The water has been poured. Now we are good to say words into a microphone once again. Right now, it's 2,000 net worth lead for Nebula. It's Dusa and DK on top. Lifestealer is in the pack with them. OD, though, is a little bit further behind. I predicted boldly that Cole would take over this game and completely own. Even harder than last game, I did prognosticate, but it seems like this game I'm a little bit off the mark. He's not having a bad game, but I certainly wouldn't call this a good game. It's probably more of a neutral game, like a 6 out of 10 game from Cole right now. Blink RP from Bulljacks into the skewer. Turn that 6 out of 10 into a 4 out of 10. Down goes OD. So, what we're going to need is a bit of a good game from the Lifestealer. He's going Armlet into Radiance, which again, very much meta standard build from Perfin. Needs to be a little bit careful with the Armlet toggles. Otherwise, he should be fine. Journey has Lasso ready to go. Rage from Perfin, Stun from Sharkosity. Journey was poking on around, trying to perhaps look for a lasso. Instead, all he got was a stun in his face and a one-way trip to the Radiant Fountain. Good and fast to dodge the skewer from Perfin. Looks towards Camel, look towards Bulljacks. Camel has an Orchid ready to go, a stun as well if he wants to. Perfin's creep has died, and his tower is in a lot of danger right now. Shark does have a bit of minus armor to play with, though. -4 armor, so... A very high armor. DK ends up having slightly lower armor than he normally does, and... For now, that T1 tower will remain alive. Bottom lane, Acid Rain goes to the Wisdom Rune, but this time, Radiant do not secure it. It goes to Nojit, and now they'll get the kill on the Hoodwink. Acid Rain will go for a Miracle. Gets to the high ground with the sharpshooter, with CD blinks into not secure the kill. A perfect play from Acid Rain. Uses sharpshooter defensively for the knockback. Dire even had the blink in ready for CD, but he just gets away anyways. Beautiful play from Acid Rain. Sure, you don't get the Wisdom Rune, but you at least get the morale win from a pretty sick play. Of course, the other one did go the way of Journey. That's his third Wisdom Rune of the game. Only 4 of them spawn, by the way. There's only been 4 Wisdom Runes, and Journey has gotten 3 of them. He has as many Wisdom Runes as he does deaths right now. Speaking of deaths, that number might go up. Perfin runs in, Bushwhack misses, I suppose. Lasso on Lifestealer, CD runs in, ascends. He'll silence you, canceling the RP from Bulljax. Radiant lose both subs, Mag is dropping, but the RP will be there on 2. The swap was not ideal at all, end up playing inside of the Radiant's hands. We have some game lag, I do believe. Bulljax goes down, so does Perfin, so does Cole. Charcosity has been slow. I'm checking my stream. It is not on my end, it's on the Dota end. It appears. I'm not dropping any frames. Tower goes down. Charcosity is killed by Ultra Gunner and Camel Farmer. So, either it's the server on the Dota end, which I highly doubt, because nobody paused during that or all chatted. But the thing is, it's not my personal internet either, because I'm not dropping any frames. I am now dropping frames. Never mind. Journey is on the run right now. He'll end up going down. Perfin right-clicked him down. So maybe it is on my end. I dropped only 24 frames, but yeah, it definitely appears to be an issue between me connecting to the Dota server right now. Seems like the internet's mostly fine, but again, perhaps my connection to the server isn't working out right now. Acid Rain runs into some dire heroes of the Tri-Camp. Gets blasted down. The hammer was dropped by Cole. 1 more kill secure there by the OD. It's 12 kills to 10 right now. Though, despite having a 2-kill lead, it is a 2,000 net worth lead for Nebula. A lot of that, of course, is on the Snake Lady herself, Medusa, Ultra Gunner. He's in a pretty great spot right now. He's at the Manta. He's not all that far from the Bee-Fly. And look at him. He's literally a full talisman of evasion away from the butterfly. His courier's already here. It's not even in the trees. He's boldly proclaiming, I am such a good farmer. I'm going to have this item so soon. I'm going to stick it right over here. Not over here. Not even over here. Now, right here. Plop it on down. I'll have it real soon. I'm Ultra Gunner. Meanwhile, in more interesting happenings, top lane, Orchid on Charcosity, Venge certainly will die, but in comes the backup. RP ends up missing from Bulljax. His blink was canceled by something. I don't entirely know what. Probably the little skeleton thingy. Regardless, the 1-for-1 so far. Journey for Charcosity. Stun on CD. Sharpshooter forward. Bulljax to fall. He shockwave 3 with his dying breath. Now Dire head to Acid Rain. With the Ascension, they see the Hoodwink, and Hoodwink is dead. So it's 3 dead. It is 3 dead on the Radiant side. Nebula's lead is has somewhat gone away now. It's gone from about 2k to less than 1k. Big win there. Get those kills. Get the, more importantly, the XP there. And yeah, now at this point, this game's getting a little bit harder. Is that a blink on Batrider I see? It's a blink on somebody. I don't know who got it, though. Well, it's on Camel Farmer. Okay. So it's Blink Orchid on the DK. Now he's ready to blink in place from Dota 2. Again, there already is that blink on the Magnus, but more blinks the merrier, I suppose. Journey's hunting. He's got Lasso ready. With the night vision, CD should be fine. He'll even silence just in case. Not that he ended up needing it, but better safe than sorry, I do suppose. Acid Rain's on the run. Nojit will Orchid forward. Batrider will end up being fine. Charcosity swaps him defensively But it seems like both dire subs will end up being dead. Noja is dead, and Sarcasity dies to the shockwave, so... Yeah, a bit of a back and forth game, relatively even game states. But Butterfly in hand for Ultra Gunner seems like he wants to go and break this game a little bit wide open. Take this tier 2 tower, top lane, get control over here, get control over there. Take over these dire jungle sort of areas. Again, the defense is lacking. It's simply non-existent. The tower is dead. Camel gets the last hits. Yeah, and right now it's a 3-tower-to-1 lead for Nebula. They've killed 2 tier 1s and a tier 2. They've only lost this tier 1 bottom, which is, again, this tower dies a lot sometimes. It just dies. Again, if you are Nebula, you could have, of course, Roshan on your mind. Roshan's over here, right for the taking. Bulljax looks for Perfin. Shockwave's forward. Perfin simply walks away. Speaking of Perfin, he's got a Radiance. He's got a Sange. Seems like I'm having problems again. What can you do sometimes? Not quite sure, because this normally does not happen, so I'm not quite sure why it's happening right now, but I suppose I will troubleshoot after the stream tonight, because obviously it's too late to solve it right now. One more Wisdom Room for Journey, one for Cole this time. Sudarain. He's in danger. Orchid from Nojits. But it's not enough damage. Well, the Clinks is not enough damage. The Cole arriving, that'll be enough damage. I don't know why I laughed there. It wasn't funny. It's more of a nervous laugh. You see the OD, it's like, ah, that dude looks scary. Magnesides in the trees. I'm not quite sure if Radiant saw the smoke. I don't think they did, actually. At this point, Bulljax has been found, blinked on by the Night Stalker, blinked on by the OD, silenced by Clinks, and brought down very easily. The next play for Frauds will be to go for that bottom tier 2. The glyph was used a bit early, though, so the wave will remain alive. T2 bottom dead. Now, both teams have lost their tier 2. Keep in mind, Frauds have actually only killed towers bottom. They grabbed the one here, tier 1. Moved on over back later, grabbed the tier 2. T1 mid still alive, tier 2 top still alive. But it creates an odd situation where for once, the Dire team's incredibly fine with the Radiant side of Roshan. Again, usually they'll kill the Radiant side of Roshan more reluctantly because of the timings on it. You say, you know what, we accept there's a TP spot here, we accept there's a TP spot here, it's a big risk, we'll do it anyways. This time that tier 2's not there. Therefore, they had enough time to easily grab the Roshan, get 2 lives on Cole, and walk on away. And again, they're TPing, they're splitting. Camel knew what was going on, but too little, too late. Everyone gets away. A clean retreat from Roshan. Again, at this point, Nebula and Frauds too. They're in a very competitive game. Both teams have some things going for them, but some things they're not happy about. It's anyone's game to play right now. The win probability, it's 51-49 in favor of Frauds too, so literally a dead even game right now. Mid lane, I don't think anything's happening mid lane, but action. I mean, it is brooding if Ultra Gunner walks a little bit further forward. And instead of, I'll go over to the right towards his team. Definitely a smart decision from a smart carry player like Ultra Gunner. T1 middle lane gets grabbed by Clinks. I'd call it a back door, but tier 1s don't even really have an actual back door. Stun from Venge, swap in. Silence prevents RP from coming out. Stonegaze from Ultra Gunner. Dire collapsing right now. Cole needs to clean things up because Aspen's already killed 2. He's stoned on the OD. He'll lose 1 life. Sure, Camel is dead. Now Venge is forced to buy back. Ultra Gunner standing his ground. He's fine to fight. He's fine to play this Dota game right now. Dire, they've already lost 2 and used 1 buyback. They need more kills. Perfect's running forward, looking for Acid Rain. Acid Rain's in a lot of danger. That'll be that second kill as Nojit brings down Bulljax. Now it's 3 kills, and they want a 4th kill. They're looking for Ultra Gun. Ultra Gun to half mana. He'll use all of items to try to get away. He's down to about 1/3 mana right now. Perfen's raging forward. They really want the Medusa. They really want the Medusa. But they just can't do it. He'll dive tier 3 on Cole. Dragon Knight buys back into the game. Dire are collapsing. They've lost the Clinks. The Lifestealer's forced to get away. Look at OD, that TP. It's been canceled by the Venge. I think catch 22 there. I don't think it's going to play either way. Now Cole blinks away. He's actually fine. So a good swap by Venge. Canceling OD's TP ended up paying off. He's still running from Ultra Gunner. Meanwhile, CD's ascending. He's trying to return this fight. Cole's incredibly low right now. Cole ends up going down. Back to Sharkosity. He's just fighting with Journey right now. What is going on in this Dota game? Journey dies to the neutral creeps. So, with Sharkosity still here, eventually he'll go down. He gets orchid by Camel Farmer, I'm sure. That'll be a kill. Meanwhile, CD, who used the Ascension, is just hitting creeps. Ay, ay, ay. What is this? The fight went on so long, it was so disconnected, I don't even get a single fight recap. Bot tier 2 dies. Seems like Nebula won that one. It was, he had a very bold dive past the tier 2 into the T3 area, and it just did not pay off. Just too much tier 3. Too many Radiant heroes. What can you do? Tier 1 top goes down. It's the last tier 1 of the game. Last tier 1 of the series, even. Does mean, again, we've already lost the Aegis, we've already lost a lot of these outer towers. Neither team has actually grabbed the Tormentor yet, so maybe that'll be the next objective for either team. You grab Tormentor, Okay, it's a bit of a waiting game right now. That second Roshan will be the big objective we're looking for. Again, the advantage gained from grabbing that second Roshan will be gargantuan. But it's going to be a while. For now, Tormentor is grabbed by Dire on the Dire side. It's a free shard for Sharkosity on the Venge. And that's a very good shard, you know. Wait. Oh, this item build pains me. These are weenie items. So me and Jim, I've already name-dropped Jim once this cast, but I'll do it again. We're both big fans of this Venge hero. We talk about Venge itemization a lot, and me and Jim are of the opinion there is one correct build on Venge support literally every single game. It's Ag Scepter and Ag Shard. He got the Ag Shard, not from his own doing from the Tormentor, but he is not going Ag Scepter. He's buying these weenie items. He's got Solar Crest. Thinks it's dead mid lane, but I don't really care about that. Back to Venge items. Yeah, he's gone Solar Crest, he's going Glimmer, he's going Aether Lens. Are they fine items? Sure. But they're weenie items. You want to know what's a grand item that gives you a lot of impact and isn't the weenie item? Aghanim's Scepter. Look at this upgrade. It gives you another hero. You play Venge, you die. But wait, you're actually not dead because you're playing Dota still. And not only are you not playing Dota still, get your spells again. You get to have another swap. You get another stun. So hypothetically, you know, a lot of times you'll play, you know, Venge. You'll defensive swap. You'll get blasted and die. Then you can respawn and offensively swap after that. The power is just immense. You're not getting that with a Solar Crest. That's for sure. No siree, not on my watch. Top lane, Ultra Under Camel. They go for buildings. Dire Glyph. Radiant Leave for now. The Equilibrium mid, it's in an alright spot, though Clinks will make that a lot worse. So it'll only be the top wave coming in. The other two lanes will be in Dire's favor. Seems like top lane will be enough, though. The tier 3 is already dead. Both racks are under attack. Melees will be the primary target, of course. And that'll be dead melees. Now Camel leaves. Ascension from CD. BKB, he's hunting. He needs anything. Radiant are so fast right now. They're just so fast. Ultra Gunner holds the Stone Gaze. Pump fakes it, cancels it. Bulljax looks for an RP opportunity. His Blink's being canceled by CD. Over to the north side, Nojit went in for Acid Rain. Acid Rain may lose his life, but about time for the Stone Gaze. Ultra Gunner Iron Dirty dies and buys back. Bulljax looks for an RP that's canceled by Cole. Ultra still fighting. He'll man to dodge, then end stun. Hammer is dropped by Cole. Cole's half HP. Bulljax is dead. Camel Farmer is dead. Ultra trying to clean things up right now. He'll bring down the Venge. And now he's man fighting at Perfin, and Perfin wants nothing to do with this man fight. He's running away. Lasso from Journey, who got into the fight there on Cole. He's now healed up by the infest from Perfin. Acid Rain is dead, but in comes Ultra Gunner, kiting Cole with the Scotty. OD is dead, and now he's in the man fight with the Life Stealer. And Perfin wants nothing to do with this man fight. CD blinks in for Journey. If Journey dies, it will be a dieback, but he's not even dead. He's even going in again, looking for more Dota 2 action. He wants CD. CD is an Invis rune, but Journey has a Gem of True Sight. I see you, Night Stalker, he says. Now he's just dead anyways. So Journey is dead. That's a dieback. CD is dead. The gem is grabbed by Ultra Gunner. Ay, ay, ay. I think Nebula won that one pretty well. It's a weird buyback sort of situation. I think it's only Batrider who bought back in that fight, right? Yeah, there's only Batrider who bought back. Those are earlier buybacks, earlier in the game. Again, you lose a lot of kills, you gain a lot of kills, and more importantly, you gain permanent equilibrium. Well, not permanent, but long-term equilibrium in this top lane. The only way for this to not be a Nebula side equilibrium is, again, you get the counter racks, but to get counter racks, gotta kill the racks, and the T3, and the tier 2 even. Like, there's a lot of stuff in the way here between you actually getting those counter racks, so. Again, it's good. Killing racks is good is what I'm saying. I don't know why it took me that long. Speaking of good, it's Ultra Gunner's item build. He's got a lot of them. And you know what, on Medusa? Doesn't matter what items you buy, as long as you buy more than your opponents. It's like, you know, if you're a Medusa player, you ask yourself sometimes, what's my favorite item to buy? And the answer is always my next item. You always want to buy more items. There's always more stuff you can buy on a hero like Medusa. I mean, again, he's got 6 items in his inventory, but you can always, you know, swap out the Arcane Boost with another real item. Buy the Shard, buy the Ag Scepter, buy a Moon Shard Consumer. There's so much more you can still do on a hero like Medusa. So, again, you have a grand old time for Ultra Gunner. Bottom lane, Nojit will grab the courier. He's running from Acidane. Acidane really wants to kill his Klings, but he's just not going to. He is simply invis. And he's fine. Roshan is alive, by the way. Radiant are taking it. Dire scan. This will be the most important fight of the game, perhaps. CD blinks in. Perfin pops out him with the infest. Batrider's already in. Roshan's still alive. Ultra Gunner looks to fight. He'll look for CD, but CD's BKB'd and hiding. Acid Rain is dead. He was nullified and brought down. Now California is being kited around right now. His BKB will end soon. Bulljack skewers away from Perfin. CD finally dies. Now a 2-for-1. Cole and Sharkosity run to the west. Nojit runs in the middle. Dire blink away on OD. Radiant blink in for the Venge kill. Infest comes again from Perfin, but it's still a dead Sharkosity. Now Perfin looks for the kill on Mag. Mag will be brought down. Blink in by the OD. Gems on the floor. DK is incredibly low, and DK will end up dying. Ultra Gunner look for the OD to kill. OD is dead. Ultra, it's a 1v2. He's gonna win the 1v2. Ultra kill for Ultra Gunner. Perfin, you gotta run, buddy. You're gonna die. You're slow by the Scotty, but it appears to not matter. Ultra Gunner is out of control today with the Ultra kill. My God. He's got so many items. It's actually been really the theme of a lot of these fights game too is is Nebula. They eat a lot of shit and they die, but Ultra Gunner doesn't die, and he cleans things up. So we're all in on Ultra Gunner. He is your win condition. Which means if you're frauds too, you also have a win condition, and that is ensure that Medusa can no longer purchase any more items. We are running out of items to buy. I did mention, Medusa likes to buy her next item, but eventually she can't buy more items. And we're what, like probably, I don't know, 16 to 18 minutes away from Ultra Gunner being maxed out. I cannot buy more items maxed out. If that's... And then it's at that point where frauds too, they can start feeling good about their Dota game. Like, hey guys, he literally can't buy more items, and we can. It's only going to get easier from that point. One problem is right here, right now, Ultra Gunner is large and in charge. He wants more buildings. He wants more barracks. Speaking of, the range track ended up dying to creeps top lane. Back to bottom lane, of course. Bushwhack misses. T3 bottom goes down. He's still kiting around Perfin. Blink imprisonment from Cole. Ascension from CD. He silences Bulljax. Bulljax has 2 lives. They go to Camel. Camel BKBs as Cole brings down Acid Rain. Now CD who's in trouble. He's being kited around, but he got the free pathing. RP only on 1, but it's 1 good target. Hammer got by Cole. Bulljax loses 1 life. Perfect loses only life. And now it's collapse time for Frauds 2. Cole dead. Sharkosity dead. There's 2 buybacks coming through, but down goes Nojit. 1 more Ultra kill for Ultra Gunner. And again, we have more buybacks. If Frauds want to use them, Life Stealer buys back. Clinks buys back. It's all your buybacks committed. Force forward onto Ultra Gunner. He wants to rampage, of course. Now Hoodwink buys back. They're using a lot on Ultra Gunner, but look, they can't kill him. They disarmed him. Wait, they can't kill him. He's got no mana. And he's got no HP. The beyond godlike streak has been lost. Goes to Life Stealer. And look what Ultra Gunner is saying in the all chat. He says cringe. How dare you use spells and items on me? I am playing Medusa. That's not fair. And now at this point... we are 1 more errant engagement away from it being an extremely great game for Frauds too. Sure, even though they're down by like 5k gold right now, they're in a perfectly fine spot. They've figured out how to play Dota 2. Only problem is to get that fight win. Look how many buybacks they have right now. The answer is 1. They have 1 buyback on CD. They used 4 buybacks. OD, Venge, Lifestealer, and Clink. So now you have 4 different win conditions, kind of. More like 2 win conditions of you kill Perfin with no buyback, or you kill Cole with no buyback. Obviously, if support dies, it's not ideal, but if Bulljax can't hit his skewers, and his support definitely won't die. A question mark in the auto. That's very bad mannered, Nojit. No need to do that one. But you know what? Bad manner has been the name of the game. What the Bulljags, come on, you're better than this. You're not better than this, actually. Blinking by CD, he's ascending. Perfin pops out. They want to kill some heroes. Camel's half HP. Journey ends up going down. Batrider buys back into the game. He's got Blink Lasso. He'll look for Sharkosity. Where's the detection? Apparently it's there somewhere. They'll end up killing Avenge anyways. Is there a gem still somewhere? I don't even know. Regardless, they find him and kill him. And it's escape time. Venge has no buyback. CD actually does. But I'm sure he doesn't want to use the buyback anyways. He's in the trees TPing away. So, racks were lost mid. Now both teams have lost a full set of barracks. Radiant have lost their mid racks. Dire have lost their top racks. Again, the network situation, it is more or less dead even. It's now less than 1k lead according to this top bar. The graph doesn't say that, but I'm going to ignore the graph for a little bit. Got a very late tip from Bulljax. It says sorry even. That's an accidental tip. He said an accidental tip, apparently. Smoke on 4. Nebula back up Ultra Gunner. Perfin's running. Ultra Gunner's hitting. Now Dire smoke up on 2. Blinks Dawn on Lifestealer. CD blinks in to ascend. He's silencing. He's running. Now thanks to the silence, there's no lasso from Journey. Perfin infests inside Ultra Gunner. Ultra Gunner now runs away. Hammers dropped by Cole. One-shots Journey practically. So that will be a 4v4 fight, but Sharkosity is respawning. It will be a 5v4 fight quite soon. Ultra Gunner pops the Manta. Gets disarmed once again. Perfin is looking to man fight, looking to go in. The RP only on one, but it's one guitar, but a swap away by Sharkosity. Nojit is dead. He's got no buy. Perfin's ready to fight. Imprisonment from Cole. Perfin turns to Camel Farmer. Camel Farmer's half HP. Perfin's half HP. Boljax is dead. Perfin now infested again. And Ultra Gunner. Look at Ultra Gunner's mana. He's got solo mana right now. He's got solo mana. He's got no mana. And now he's got no HP. Ultra dead. Acid Rain dead. 4 down for Nebula. And we have a truly cosmic-sized collapse from Nebula right now. They are not having fun any longer. Ultra Gunner is just not acquiring the fights he wants, and his teammates are all so poor that they can't help him in doing that anymore. We're going to probably have to see Ultra Gunner buy back here. And again, now with Ultra Gunner buying back, both teams have a win condition from securing key diebacks. Hypothetically, Ultra Gunner just says, you know what? We'll give up bottom racks. We'll play down 1 racks. We'll play, because again, there's a tier 2 here. There can't be megas. Maybe they say, you know what? We're fine playing down a rack. It's whatever. Who cares? But again, this is, I mean, the material advantage is huge. But more than the material advantage, if you're frauds too, this is a major morale advantage. Like, Dota's a game. It's a very emotional game sometimes. And you can feel the rhythm of the game. And if you're frauds too, you're feeling real good right now. You're blasting up your happy vibes. You're saying, this game seemed pretty bad. And now it seems really good. Got some racks over here, some racks over here. They did not kill our racks here fully. We're feeling pretty good. And if you're Nebula, it seemed like Ultra Gunner was going to just win the video game, but not any longer. Tormentor goes down. Acid Rain gets a free shard. The big objective, of course, that we are all looking at. I mean, we already know what it's going to be. It's the 3rd Roshan. We are at exactly 8 minutes right around now, so we'll see when Roshan spawns. That's a very early Roshan. Wait, Nojit. This could be perfect timing. He's going to kill these 2 camps. Walk into Roshan. He might actually see Roshan spawn right in front of him. If the timing is that perfect, that's really huge. That's a knowledge advantage for frauds, too, if they know this is alive. Because right now, Nebula certainly don't. They're smoked out, because they know Roshan can be alive, but they don't know Roshan's alive. Roshan gets spotted by Sharkosity. So now, confirmed, Dire know Roshan's alive. Radiant don't know yet, but they think it could be. They're running on over. They're holding their scan for now. Ultra leads the way. He's in the vanguard. Walks towards Roshan. His smoke is popped on Sharkosity. Sharkosity has a Glimmer Cape. Journey has a gem, though. So it'll be a very dead Venge. And now, at this point, well, here we go again. It's Roshan time. It's an Aegis. It's a Roshan's banner. And this time it's a Refresher Shard. Both teams are well aware. And look, wait. Look at these pings. Do you want to go Throne right now? Nojit wants to go Throne. I don't think he can, but he wants to. He's going to go in here. He's got no buyback, mind you. We'll have it actually in 30 seconds. Now, force out a glyph, actually. That's huge, forcing out a glyph. That glyph could be the difference in the long run. And hypothetically, if this next fight goes pretty badly, but not so badly it's an absolute guaranteed GG, that glyph could be the difference between holding and not holding. And we're gonna have to see here, but again, that's a big thing to secure in these late game scenarios. When again you have Klink's Lifesteal who are doing so much building based damage. So, is that a Ninja Gear on Balljax? Yes, it is. Only one Ninja Gear this game, actually. That's a lot of bad luck. A lot of times, again, Ninja Gear is just one of those items that provides things that most items just don't provide, so... Usually if you have it on a lot of different heroes, you'll grab it, but apparently a lot of heroes didn't have access to it this game. Or else there'd be more Ninja Gears in the game, I'm sure. Both teams now smoke up. Radiant S4, Dire S5, CD. We'll pop it on Ultra Gunner. Ascension time. BKB on the back lines. He wants Acid Rain. Perfect runs forward. Hits the Hoodwink. Hoodwink is barely alive and now gets brought down. Lasso on OD. But a swap from Tarkosity keeps Cole alive. A fantastic play from the Venge. Meanwhile, CD's being kited. Cole plays the high ground at the tri-camp. CD is low. And now CD will end up eventually going down. It's a chaotic fight right now. Night Stalker will be lost. Meanwhile, Journey will be the trade. It's currently a 5v3 though with a buyback from CD. They want Ultra Gunner once again. He's tanky, but is he tanky enough? His Stone Gate is on cooldown. Blink in by Cole. BKB from everybody who still has it. Hammer dropped by Cole. RP only on one. BJ's dropping. A swap away from Tarkosity. Keeps CD alive for the time being. Balljax is dead. Acid Rain buys back, and Ultra Gunner has been kited around and brought down. Simply not enough mana. Yeah, at this point, we actually might need that glyph. We might need it. I'm opening the buyback status right now. So 6 heroes have buyback, 3 Radiant, 3 Dire. The 3 dead Radiant heroes do have buyback notably. But it's throne time. Bat buys back. Mag buys back. Bushwhack on Perfin. 1 tier 4 to fall. Mjolnir on 2. In comes again the silence! They kill Balljax! What a huge play! What a huge play! He refreshed! He used the refresher shard! But the trade was for Cole! Sure, you get that key dieback out of Balljax, but you lose your middle laner. He's dead for 2 minutes. He could buy it back if he really wants to. But killing Cole there just saved the game. It was a huge outplay to kill Balljax like that, but instead of being the game-winning outplay, it's simply a status quo 1-for-1. But it is a status quo 1-for-1 after some very big buybacks. So sure, you don't end the game, you don't kill the throne, but you get 3 buybacks, Batrider, Magnus, and most importantly, Ultra Gunner's Medusa. So, with that in mind, you have a lot of heroes you can kill and say, hey, they've got no buyback. You've got Magnus you can kill. You've got Medusa you can kill. You've got Hoodwink and Batrider you can kill. Technically, again, this is going to be big if you can get any of those buybacks. By the way, this is the second time this game Acid Rain's gotten 3 bounty runes at that exact spot. Mid lane, Camel's being gone on. He's got BKB ready. He's holding it for now. BKB and TP, but the swap from Tarkosity will cancel that one. Down goes Camel. Luckily for Nebula, he does have a buyback. So, he can return to the game. Nojit goes for Throne. That's not going to work, but he does get some tier 4 damage, for what it's worth. And forces TPs. So Clinks for DK. Clinks for DK is what's going to happen here. Oof. See, in my many years commentating, one thing I've noticed. By the way, Rapier on Medusa, but one thing I've noticed is whenever you mention tier 5 items, you say, you know what, minute 60's coming up soon. That's tier 5 items, guys. Whenever you mention tier 5 items, the game ends nearly nearly always before we actually hit tier 5 items. So, I'm going to mention it now. Tier 5 items will be in play in 10 minutes. If the game gets to minute 60, then that will be a potentially big swing for either team. Again, you get those tier 5, introduces a lot of variance. One team can get the tier 5s they need, other team might not. You know, it's a big RNG element at that point in the game, and you don't necessarily know what's going to happen until it happens there. Radiant cross the river. Looking at their vision, they're playing relatively blind. They see Perfin. Blink Ascension from CD. The RP onto from Boljax. Dire are taking so much damage. Arcosity is dead. CD is still Perfin. Is man fighting Camel. Lasso from Journey, but a force away from Cole. Buyback from Arcosity. Hammer dropped by Cole to bring down Journey, but now the pushback still on OD. OD is dead and has a buyback. He'll use it immediately. CD's now been stunned. He's been brought down. He's got no buyback. Now it's Radiant, who are in an odd angle fight-wise right now. Cole has been stunned by the Medusa snake. Infest from Perfin inside Medusa. Medusa still has relatively high mana. Now Ultra's locked away! His mana's almost entirely lost. They need to keep him alive. They need to keep him alive, but it's Cole who's dead. He's got no buyback. Nochich dies. He buys back. Perfin's trying to fight desperately, but look at his mana. Look at his HP. He lacks them both, and he's now dead. Buyback from Perfin, but it might be futile. Ultra kill again for Ultra Gunner. His third Ultra kill of the game. And another ult chat from Boljax. His third dumb ult chat of the game. Nojit will attempt to go for Throne. Make some kind of play happen. I don't entirely know. Whatever it's got to take, it's got to take at this point. He's running it on down. And Perfin will be tasked with defending 1v... We see him! He's going for the Throne as well. He wants to go in. They're all inning right now. Camel has returned to the Radiant base. Clinks is in a lot of danger. He's certainly going to die. So sure, you lose Clinks, but you force Radiant TP. The only problem is Alternators is still on your throne. The Dire throne is so low. Perfin's running in, but this is not going to work. He knows he's lost. He's high-fiving. Ultra Gunner kills the Dire throne. And Nebula frauds will be a 1-1 draw. Our favorite game outcome. A 1-1 draw. And unlike game 1, the people got what they paid for game 2. That was an epic game. Again, back and forth action. Both teams had a great opportunity at different stages of the game. I mean, the graph says it all. Ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and one more up. Some real back and forth action there. Again, this is a fantastic game from Nebula. Also really sloppy game from Nebula, but again, the late game composure, it was there when they needed it. Boljax, who had been pretty flaccid all day, had an absolutely beautiful RP in that last fight on too. You know, really helped start off the fight in the right way. For Nebula, they're now up to 5 wins. Their group stage will end at 5-7. That's officially going to be the end of their group stage, 5-7. For Frauds 2, their group stage is over as well at 6-6. So Frauds are unable to get a top 3 seed any longer. I believe they're locked into the 4 seed. I'm going to check that one real fast. Make sure my information is correct. Maybe not, actually. So if Funny Zone 2-0 in their series against Tiananmen Square Deniers, they'll actually take the 4 seed. They'll hop over Nebula, and they'll win the head-to-head tiebreaker over Frauds. That'll be a big series for Funny Zone. on Sunday. The difference between being the 6 seed, the 5 seed, and even the actually, it can only be 6 or 4 actually, because if Funny Zone 1-1, they lose the tiebreaker to Nebula for the 5 seed. So if it's literally 2-0 or nothing for Funny Zone in that series, that'll be a fantastic tension game there. But yeah, whew. Mine's Badger. If you want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments, contact me over on Discord. It's Badger Pablo on Discord, or over on twitter.com/Badger02. Especially if you're a pro TO looking for a commentator or one of the best tournament admins in the business. Hit me up at those spots. Again, congratulations to both teams on the one game they did win, and sometimes you draw 1-1. As always to the viewers, though, thank you for watching, and have a great night.